All right. Okay, so basically now we've given a brief summary or an overview of options 1, 2, and options 3. And now we want to talk about, and we haven't talked about this so far, we haven't talked about personal assets. And what we mean by that is, so like let's say when your business, or let's say you decide to either invest 1 million in options 1 or 2, or you invest 200,000. We explained that side, of what you need to do as far as getting that going. But we didn't explain about you bringing over your personal assets. So let's say, for example, let's say you have, bank accounts, you have money there. Let's say you decide to sell your house, you're going to have money there. Let's say you have pension funds, or you have, other monies that you have that are personal assets. And let's say you decide you want to move some of this money, or you want to move all of this money over here. So, like, what happens when that happens? So what normally happens is there's basically two options that are a huge advantage, and if you choose these two options, these are options that you will not have to pay any tax. Let me repeat myself. You will not have to pay any tax when you bring in your personal assets into Taiwan, and that will allow you to bring your assets in. Now, if you decide to bring it in, for example, let's go through this. Let me give you the two options. One option is you can bring this money in as your personal assets, where, for example, let's say maybe you want to bring in 5 million, or say you want to bring in 10 million US dollars, but let's use 5 million US dollars of your personal assets. If you decide to bring this money in, you would be allowed to bring this in as long as this money comes in 183 days before you've been in the country. So that means that if you've been in the country for less than 183 days, then you would not be considered a resident of Taiwan yet. If that's the case, the Taiwanese government will not tax you on this money. So that means if you brought it in, put it into one of your personal bank accounts, then this money could come in, so it would switch, for example, to US dollar, and you can have this money in an RR, or you can have this money in a NT, which is a new Taiwanese dollar account. You could have it in an RMB account, which is Chinese money, or what we can do for you is we can switch this into physical gold or physical silver. The physical silver, you can do it yourself, but if it's physical gold, we can do this. The physical gold can be stored at a bank, which we probably suggest not. The physical silver cannot be stored at the bank, as it is set up for the rules now. So that would be your option to bring it in personally. Again, it has to be within 183 days. If you decide to bring the money into Taiwan after the 183 days, you would be considered a resident of Taiwan, and you would have to pay 20% tax on that. So this option would probably be wise if you are to move personal assets into your personal bank account. Then you would want to do it before the 183 days. That would be option 1. Now, the other option is an interesting option as well. This option would allow you to invest your money through your business. So once you set up your foreign business, for example, and let's say you decide to invest 1 million, well, that 1 million will be used to set up the business and that. But what you could do is you might want to say you invest maybe 10 million. Now, if you want to invest money or your personal assets this way, then there is no restriction as far as 5 million US dollars. You could probably bring in 10 million US dollars or 20 million US dollars. So you can bring your foreign assets as you are applying for your foreign business, and you would be able to bring in, say, maybe 10 million, for example, that 10 million would go into our Taiwanese business, and then what we would do is we would transfer 9 million back into your personal business account. Therefore, this money would be in your hands. Again, you would be able to keep it in NT dollar. You would be able to switch it into RMB, which is Chinese yuan. And again, if you want to switch it into physical gold or silver, we can help you with that. Then, again, it will be all in your hands. You would be able to take care of that. So we would transfer it again from our company back into your company. And again, you won't have to pay any tax because under the Taiwanese law, there is no revenue. So you don't pay tax on any revenue, you don't pay tax unless it's revenue. And of course, this is not revenue; it's an initial investment, and again, it goes back into your account. And again, when you decide, so whether it's like option 1 or option 2, when you're investing your personal money, and you decide to leave after 10 years. Now, if you have it in money, so if you have it in yuan or if you have it in Taiwanese dollar, and you decide that you don't want to have physical gold or physical silver, well then you can switch that to whatever currency that is offered through Taiwan and whatever currency you want when you decide to leave Taiwan. But if you have gold and silver, physical gold and physical silver, then you will have to switch that back. So your physical gold, for example, say if you've got 10 million US dollars or 1 million US dollars in physical gold, then you will have to switch that gold back into whatever currency is offered that Taiwan offers and whatever currency that you would like, and then you would be able to move your personal assets out of the country. Again, there will be no tax on this. The only tax would be as if you're switching gold or silver, then there is a fee. I think gold is 3% to switch it back into money, and I believe silver, physical silver, is about 10%. So if you switch your physical gold or your physical silver, then there will be a 10% surcharge, not from the government, but from maybe a silver dealer that is reputable here in Taiwan. So this is just a little bit of an overview about somebody that wants to move their personal assets over. Again, you can choose option 1 where you have your own personal bank account, but it has to be done within 183 days. If it's done after 183 days, then there's a 20% tax minus 6 million NT, which would be taken off, which is right around 200,000 US dollars. So they would tax you 20% minus the 200,000. And again, if you decide to invest it through your business back into our business, where we would return that money back into your business account, again, there is no tax on that because in each case it's not considered revenue. So here's an overview of bringing in personal assets into Taiwan.